Hi everyone, I'm teacher Ben. So I'm from Conceptual Thinkers Tuition Center, and for this episode, we'll be looking at P5 Rulang 2022 SA2 question 17. And this question will be touching on a concept called repeated identity. So without further ado, let's look at the question. Okay, this is P5 Rulang 2022 SA2 Paper 2 question 17. So I'll be using our Center 4I methodology to solve the question. So let's start with interpreting the question. So Kelly, Jennifer, Sarah donated some money to charity. Now Jennifer and Sarah donated 5/9 of the money that Kelly donated, and Jennifer donated 1/3 of the amount of money that Sarah donated. Now Jennifer donated $40 less than Sarah. So for part A, we need to know how much money did Jennifer and Sarah donated altogether. And second part will be to find out how much more money than Sarah did Kelly donate. Okay, so now by looking at the question, it seems like it's a fraction problem sums, but actually it's not. Now, how I know what kind of concept? Now, this is based on obviously experience. Next thing is you notice that they are keep comparing with each other. Now, the first comparison here that we have is Jennifer and Sarah. So donated 5/9 of the amount that Kelly donated. So we can actually do a ratio out to actually do a comparison between Jennifer plus Sarah and against Kelly. Then next we also have Jennifer donated 1/3 of the amount of money that Sarah donated. So we can do another ratio that is comparison between Jennifer and Sarah. And the repeated identity, we can actually see it from here, is the total of Jennifer and Sarah. So the concept they're trying to test here is actually on repeated identity. Okay, so this is the concept for this question. So now I'm going to start to implement the steps on how to solve the question. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to create a ratio. So we have Jennifer, J for Jennifer, then plus Sarah. Now against Kelly. So we do know that the donation will be 5/9. So which means that the total of Jennifer plus Sarah will be 5 and Kelly will be 9. Okay, so this will be the ratio that I have for the second phrase. Now for the third phrase, I can come up with Jennifer against Sarah. Then I also create a total called J plus S. Now it will be 1:3. So the total here should be 4. Okay, now with this, then I will notice that the repeated identity here, I use Ri to show the repeated identity, is J plus S. So the technique to solve a repeated identity question is to make the repeated identity having the same number of units. So to do that, I will make this 5 to become 20, then I make this 4 to become 20. So basically, I'm looking at the lowest common multiple. So I'm going to multiply by 4. So this will give me 20:36. Then here I multiply by 5. So I'm gonna get 5:15:20. Okay. Now once you have made the repeated identity having the same units, then you can look at the question again to link units with values. So they did say that the Jennifer donated $40 less than Sarah. Okay, so we can actually look at the difference of these two identity. Now I'm going to take 15 units, which is Sarah units, minus away 5 units. So this will give me 10 units. So this will be the difference, and this 10 units will be equal to $40. Okay, because that is the difference between Jennifer and Sarah. So based on this, my 1 unit will be equal to 4 because I'm dividing by 10. Okay, so when you do a problem sums, the ideology is to actually create the value for 1 unit. So when you have 1 unit, then you can look at what is asked from you by the question. So for part A, they want to know how much money did Jennifer and Sarah donate all together. So the first question mark will be this, which is our 20 units. So for part A, which can actually look at 20 units, so it will be $4 times 20. So the answer will be $80 for part A. Okay, now next, they ask how much more money than Sarah did Kelly donated. So for part B, what you do is look at the difference in terms of the units for Kelly and Sarah. So I will take 36 units, I will minus away 15 units. So this will give me 21 units. Okay, so that will be the difference between Kelly and Sarah in terms of units. So let's find what is the value. So I'm going to take $4 multiplied by 21. So I'm going to get $84 as the answer. Okay, so this is the way that I will implement my step to actually solve for my question. Now let's talk about how do we inspect or check the solution. So first thing I will do is ensure that I didn't transfer any values wrongly, so to minimize my transfer error. Then next thing is I need to ensure that whatever calculation that I do, it must be correct, no careless mistake. Okay, then next thing that you can do is to do some checking. So for this question, what I will do is I will see whether the ratio of Jennifer plus Sarah will be actually 5:9 or what Kelly donated. So what I will do is I will start with the value of my 1 unit here. Okay, so I did find out what is the value of Jennifer and Sarah, which is $80. So J plus S, so this will be actually equal to $80. And we did know that the number of units for Kelly will be 36. So what I'm going to do is going to find what is the value of Kelly. So it will be $4 times 36 units. So this will give me, if I multiply, so I can use my calculator to do some checking. So I take 36 times 4. So I'm going to get $144. Okay, so next I'm going to do a comparison with my value. So 80 is to 144. So I'm going to simplify this. So how to simplify? It's actually pretty easy. What you do is you use your calculator and press 80 divided by 144. So this will actually give you the ratio. But when you use it with your calculator, sometimes it will give the answer in terms of decimal. So what you need to do is convert it to fraction. Then you notice that you're going to get 5:9. And this actually match to the fraction mentioned in the question, right? So that's how I will be comfortable that the way that I check here is actually matched to what the question value mentioned. Then I'm pretty sure that what I do is correct. Okay, so this is how we use our Center 4i methodology to help students to solve this question. Now this is how we use our Center 4i methodology to solve these repeated identity questions. Now as the exam is around the corner, so what I suggest that you should recap what you have learned over this year, then clear any doubts that you have for any topics or any concept. Okay, then what you do next is to practice and put in your effort to be consistent. So that's all for this episode. I will see you in the next video. Bye.